what's up? It's Richie here with Statifying Football. This is Thanksgiving weekend. These are the Black Friday games. I did a short video for the two games on Thursday. Jumping into Friday, big games there. Iowa State and Texas, this could be a shootout. Iowa State, they destroyed Kansas State 45-0. Brock Purdy, 236 passing, 3 touchdowns. Breece Hall, 135 rushing and 2 touchdowns. Xavier Hutchinson, 6 catches, 111 and a touchdown. They had 539 yards of offense. Defensively, they only gave up 149 yards. They had 3 turnovers in that game. Texas, they haven't played in a couple of weeks. They beat West Virginia in a close game, 17-13. Ehlinger, 184 passing, 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson ran for 113. I think this is going to be a shootout. This is going to go back and forth. I'm not sure who to go with here. I'm kind of leaning towards Iowa State just because Breece Hall may be able to keep it on the ground a little bit for Texas, but Ehlinger, man, he can just do it all. I'll give that edge. I'll give it a little bit of an edge to Iowa State, but this really could go back and forth. Whatever the over-under is for this, go over. UMass and Liberty. UMass, they lost to Florida Atlantic 24-2. Offensively, they didn't do a damn thing. They only had 142 yards, but defensively, they actually had 6 sacks in the game and a safety, but that's all they could muster. They couldn't do anything else on offense. Liberty, they lost their first game of the season, Tennessee State, in a really close loss. They only lost 15-14. Their kicker had a field goal blocked at the end that probably or possibly would have won it. Malik Willis, the quarterback, this was really a down game for him. He's been awesome all season, and it's part of why they lost too. He was 13-32 passing, 172 and 2 touchdowns, but he did throw 3 interceptions, which helped cost them the game. And those were the 3 turnovers. I think Liberty bounces back. I think they destroy UMass big time. All right, Southern Miss and UAB. Southern Miss had a close loss to UTSA. The UTSA Roadrunners, the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. They lost 23-20. Tate Watley, 272 passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Like I said, it was close. It was pretty much even all game. They just couldn't get it quite done in the end. Whereas UAB, they're still a favorite in USA, but they haven't played in like 3 weeks or something. Their last game was a double overtime loss to Louisiana Tech, 37-34. In a game, they had 2 quarterbacks playing. They turned over 3 times, in that game, which wasn't very good, but they did run for 338 yards. They had 2 guys go over 100 yards rushing. Spencer Brown, 140 and 2 touchdowns, and Dwayne McBride, 133 rushing and 2 touchdowns. I think UAB will be the one they're gonna be anxious and we're gonna bounce back. I think they're gonna have too much for Southern Miss to handle, so I got UAB going there. All right, Nebraska and Iowa. Nebraska got destroyed by Illinois, 41-23. Luke McCaffrey passed for 134, but he had 3 interceptions. He did run for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game, but they turned over 5 times in that game, which is partially why they lost. They're facing a tough Iowa team. Iowa's always tough. They beat Penn State 41-21. Spencer Petras, 186 passing plus 1 rushing touchdown. Mekhi Sargent ran for 101 and 2 touchdowns. This is really their defense as usual for Iowa. They had 5 sacks, 4 turnovers, and a pick 6. Again, I'm going to go with Iowa here and their defense. They have just enough offense. Nebraska may be able to do some stuff offensively, but Iowa should be able to force some turnovers and get another victory there. All right, Notre Dame and North Carolina. To me, this is a huge upset alert for Notre Dame. North Carolina, 2 really good offenses. Should be a shootout, kind of like the Clemson Notre Dame game a couple of weeks ago and the North Carolina Wake Forest game a couple of weeks ago. Notre Dame, though, their last game, they did beat Boston College 45-31. Ian Book, 283 passing, 3 touchdowns, plus 85 rushing and a touchdown. They had 557 total yards. They turn over 3 times, though. If they do that against North Carolina will make them pay. The example follows. They beat Wake Forest 59-53. Sam Howell, 550 passing yards, 6 touchdowns to 1 interception, plus 21 rushing yards and a touchdown. Javonte Williams, 101 rushing yards and a touchdown. Daz Newsome, 10 catches, 189 and 2 touchdowns. Diami Brown, 8 catches, 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. They had 742 yards of offense there. Now, they did give up 606 yards to Wake Forest, so like I said, Notre Dame should be able to score and move it, but North Carolina will too. And like I said, if Notre Dame turns it over at all against North Carolina will make them pay. I almost want to pull that trigger here. I kind of want to call North Carolina for big upset. Oh man, this is killing me. You know what? I'm gonna do it. North Carolina Notre Dame number 2, you're going down. I got North Carolina. All right, UCF and USF. UCF coming off a heartbreaking loss to a Cincinnati team, a really good Cincinnati team. They lost only 36-33. Dylan Gabriel, 243 passing, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Really, it was. I mean, UCF's offense is what it is. They didn't put up a ton of yards like they normally do, but 33 points should be enough to win. Their defense was terrible. They need to fire Randy Shannon, plain and simple. USF, though, they got destroyed by Houston a couple of weeks ago, 56-21. McLeod, 180 passing, a touchdown plus 38 rushing. They had a pick 6, but they gave up 505 yards. I don't expect this to be close. I think UCF, it's a big rivalry. UCF is pissed off. They're going to go off for like 70 in this game. Gabriel probably throws like 5 or 6 touchdowns. I got UCF big. Whatever UCF is favored by, go way over. All right, Maction, Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan. Central Michigan, they unfortunately lost to Western Michigan 52-44. Daniel Richardson, 157 passing, a touchdown. They had 2 guys go over 100 rushing yards. Kobe Lewis, the running back, 114 and 2 touchdowns. And Khalil Pimpleton, the receiver, actually did run for 108 yards and had 3 rushing touchdowns there. They were actually outgained. They were outgained by Western Michigan by well over 200 yards in that loss. They're facing Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan showed up a little bit in Toledo. Toledo mostly had it and controlled most of the game. They lost 45-28. Preston Hutchinson, 244 passing, 4 touchdowns and a pick in that game. They turned it over 3 times. This could be a little bit of a shootout again, but I'm going to go Central Michigan with their running backs and their game plan, basically. I got Central Michigan, but this could be a pretty close, maybe high-scoring game there. All right, Wyoming and UNLV, Wyoming Cowboys and UNLV Rebels. Wyoming, they haven't played in a couple of weeks. They lost their last game to Colorado State 34-24. Levi Williams, 321 passing, but he did throw a pick. They turned over 3 times in that game, which led to their loss. Xavier Valade ran for 147 and a touchdown. Aiden Eberhardt, 7 catches, 132. UNLV, they haven't played in a couple of weeks either. They lost to San Jose State. Their last game, 34-17. Justin Rogers, 162 passing and a touchdown. Kyle Williams, 9 catches, 110 and a touchdown there. Wyoming normally has a good defense. They have a really good running back in Valade. I think Wyoming is going to be the one that bounces back and wins this game. All right, Stanford and Colorado. Stanford lost their last game a couple of weeks ago, 35-32 to Colorado. Davis Mills, 327 passing and a touchdown, plus 36 rushing and a touchdown. Cal, they lost a close game to Oregon State, 31-27. Chase Garbers did pass for 315, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Kekoa Crawford, 10 catches, 141 and a touchdown. They outgained Oregon State, but they had 2 turnovers in that. This is going to go back and forth, but I'm going to give, I think, Stanford a slight edge here, but this literally could come down to a last-second score of some kind. Oregon and Oregon State, the Civil War. Oregon, they had a really good win against UCLA, 38-35. Tyler Shuff, 334 passing, 3 touchdowns. Devin Williams, 6 catches, 123 and a touchdown. They had 422 yards, but defensively they had 4 turnovers and forced a pick 6 that allowed them to win. Oregon State, they beat Cal 31-27. Tristan Gebbia, their quarterback, he had a weird game. He had 147 passing, a touchdown, and 2 picks. He ran for 1, and he actually caught an 8-yard touchdown pass there. Jamar Jefferson went off, one of the best running backs in the country. He went off for 196 yards and a touchdown. I think this could go back and forth, but I'm going to give Oregon that slight edge there, but I think this will be a Civil War classic. All right, there's your Black Friday picks. Come back from more on Saturday. Peace.